Yo, Puff, what up, man? He said they worked the shit out me this week. I'm trying to learn this fucking garage band shit, yo.
You want food? Are you gonna do my hair today still?
But
Are you still gonna do my hair today?
yeah, but I'ma still need you to be able to make it and make it from scratch. Hey man, the thing I'm trying to learn is how to actually layer or not layer, but make the fucking tracks lay out. I already tried the drums and the keyboard. It don't seem like it'll be that hard, but yeah, I just want to learn how to lay these shits down and place them so they sound right, yo. Then I'll start making my own drum riffs. I already tried that shit. I see. It's first of all, I had to watch a couple of tutorials to see where everything is at on these menus. But I don't like. I don't know. It's 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. That ain't my shit ain't lining up right. However, I think it's because of this one. Um, I might actually, if I move this here,
Damn, I didn't think this was ready to come up yet.
be
How long are you
this one.
supposed to let this resin sit for?
I don't know. If I do that like that, um, I still feel like I'm fucking some shit up because that's at. I think I might have to move everything up 1, 2, 4. So
Hey, Puff, how's it going?
if I move everything up 1,
Damn. Did it stink up here when you came up here?
mm-mm. So if I put that there, I move this up 1,
Let me play with this shit a little bit more in a
I
minute.
move this up 1, move this here, move that there. Bro, I seen this garage band shit on my damn phone forever since I got like the latest iPhone, and it's just like garage band like one of the pre-installed apps. 4 beats. This is 44, but my tempo is 80. Mm. actually, what if I shorten this bass drop up? Let me see how this goes right here. Alright, no, I want to actually let me. Split. Why wouldn't let me? I don't know what. Uh-huh. Okay. Hold on. For some reason, this one is. Shit don't sound good to me, Puff. Let me drop some 808s on that shit, man. I just learning, man. This is like my real first official shit I'm trying to put together. Like I said I've been playing on this shit for a couple days, just really trying to learn like how to maneuver through the system itself. So I'm kind of figuring that out, and now I'm trying to like first time really like putting some riffs together. definitely too hollow. I just that's too hollow right there. Um, all right, so if I go from there, if I do that, and then add everything back, yeah. Yo, the little stabs he's sounding off. All right, so all that shit dropped off here, and now if I just loop it back one more time, right, and that'll be it, right? Let's see. I'll copy this, paste that there. All right, is that right? So that drops off, that drops off. No, okay, and then this one runs back. Run that back right there. And then run this back, right? And I'm guessing, no, it might be alright right there. Yo, the motherfucking the boys, Jamaican boys coming out the hotel. Yo, Havoc was a fucking genius, yo. Yo. Little throwaway beat. Nigga kill for that beat right now, yo. Switch the cymbals on there. See, I gotta see the loops I got. They already got everything embedded in the fucking loop. So one loop got that shit got the hats and the cymbals all in the same shit, yo. Like the drum beats, it got like a kick and a snare like already in the fucking loop. Like you said, I just have to put my own shit together, yo. I'm gonna have to start making my own shit. But as soon as I learn how to lay these fucking tracks down and see which instruments got what sounds on them. This isn't a bad, like, hey, for all pre-edited stuff and pre-sampled riffs and everything, like it doesn't sound terrible. It don't sound that bad. I don't even know how long this shit is. Alright, so I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna record it this one time. Like I'm gonna just run it all the way through. I'm gonna record. There's one part like that first break. But I'm getting the. Oh man, I don't know what you're talking about. E2. So right now it's like on the grid it says 37, but in this options, advanced options, um, 24. Not that. Not that's. Um, fade out time ruler. Okay, so I got it on a different setting. So right now it's exactly 2 minutes long. 320 is a cut. Is the cut. Okay, I'm at 2 minutes. Like I say, for for an actual like a whole beat, I would have to like move that cut and make it so you can get like 16 bars just on the full body of the beat. Or well, not really. You got cut like in the even going throughout the 16. Through 16 bars at yeah 320. Okay. Or I could bring it in on that same bass note that it ends on. So what if I were to do that? So if I No, I fucked that up, didn't I? Oh, I see why it's like that. Oh, okay. So if I what the fuck this whole setup I had. Just to see something different. Ooh, not that Smith and Wesson. I like the other intro better. But then that's not. All right. Yeah, I'm fucking burnt out. might read. All right, so I'm gonna record this one. That intro, I think that intro is the best. That first break seems like it's kind of missing something. All right, all right. I'm about to just do one thing. All right, let's see how this sounds right here. Nope, I don't like that. That goes too quiet. Mm, there's something about this first break that's not great. Of course, it's not going to be great, but all right, I am drinking bourbon. Oh, I got you, bro. All right, so we're gonna record this. It's good. It's my first put together beat, but I think all the I'm gonna turn this down a little bit, and turn this up a little bit. Actually turn this up a little bit. Um, all right. And record. Not that. I want it. Wait a minute. Just no. It keeps taking me to this. But I want to record that. I want to record the beat. Record that. I want to record the beat. Wow. Wow, that shifted my whole shit over. What? Hmm. Oh, so that record isn't for the beat itself. That's for the actual mic on this thing. So I just do that and it says this track is called Drinking Bourbon. But you can't separate the tracks, you know. That's not bad. It's, why is the Bluetooth acting like that? Like it's not. Hmm. Boy, let me get good with this shirt here, boy. Like that Afrobeat shit, boy. Yo, what up, Charlie?
said he not that hungry.
Alright, now how do I, thing is like, okay, I made a little riff. Very simple, basic, like boom bap riff. How do I save that riff so that I can add it to my motherfucking track, yo? You don't like this shit anyway. You don't want, you don't eat no shit like this anyway. This is beef bacon, man. You don't eat no beef bacon from cows. You get your bacon from cows. And plus, you don't put Tabasco on your eggs, man. You don't want you don't want none of this shit, man. I guarantee you don't want none of this shit, man. This shit, you ain't gonna like it. That might not be enough. You ain't gonna like it. You ain't gonna like cow bacon and Tabasco eggs. You might like toast now. It's just toast. No butter, no nothing. Just toast. Toasted bread. You might like this. Oh, this the end part. You ain't gonna like this. People don't even like the end part. So you ain't gonna eat the bread. You ain't gonna eat the hot sauce eggs. You ain't gonna eat the cow bacon. This ain't a breakfast for you, man. You and this plate ain't got nothing in common. At all. You have nothing in common at all. Spicy eggs. Wife said, shut up. Make me a plate. Delicious. Trying to figure out how to save this. So if I just, when I was making the track with the pre-made loops, when you go back, it says you're gonna save this, and I'm like, okay. So if I go, if I do this, it just said my song. It saved it as a track by itself. What? I take a bath with the basketball nigga.
CDC said.
If you vaccinated, man, you can that shit don't bother you, man.
You mean if you feel like you're vaccinated?
I identify as fully vaccinated.
Okay.
Come on. I eat every part of the cow. You ever had cow tongue? Huh? I know you ain't had cow tongue, because you don't eat every part of the cow. But me, I eat every part of the cow.
Cow tongue is stuff. Yo, what's finally happening?
What?
I can't taste nothing.
Yes, Puff, I did.
Oh my god, I really can't taste nothing right now.
That is crazy, bro. Like, I done texted print shop 4 times. You know, I done texted print shop 4 times, bro. Oh, they in production. I actually sent out a message to everybody. It's like, yo, man, this print shop fucking me around. They said 5 to 7 business days. That's why I went ahead and took pre-orders a week in advance. But now it's been 2 weeks. And like you said, I still haven't heard shit either, yo. So this week coming, I'm hounding the shit out of these motherfuckers. Like, yo, I got all my pre-orders out, bro. And people already got a little bit of doggy fur off this fork. And people already they sent me their money and shit, man. I gotta give me my motherfucking shirts, nigga. That bone broth. Man, say I make my own bone broth. No, no, I got it. I got it. I sure appreciate the support too, bro. I'm waiting for Piggy to pop in here so I can tell Piggy what's going on. Korean and Mexican. Pig feet and anchovies, nigga. I eat everything. Yeah, there's very, very few things I won't eat. There's some things I don't really like, and I still eat that bitch. It's not my favorite. I don't really care for it, but if it's there and I'm hungry, I'll eat that shit. But yeah, there's very few things that I won't eat. Like I just won't absolutely eat. I can't hardly think of anything right now. But my local grocer, I went that bitch a couple weeks ago. Motherfucker had a whole octopus sitting up on that shit, bro. I'm about to go get one of them bitches, man. Watch. A whole octopus sitting up there next to some salmon and some shrimp. I was like, hey, man. I started looking up recipes right there. Use that shit for a toothpick, nigga. Hunger is the best spice. I put that shit on everything. You, wait till you get hungry enough, nigga. Everything tastes good. If you hungry enough, it ain't even gotta have no taste to it. I just eat that bitch. Hunger is the best spice. Sprinkle some of this on that shit. You don't like it? You will and come back later on. Don't eat it now. Come back later when you really hungry. That's that bourbon? Bourbon whiskey. But this ain't right now, is it? Tell me that's from last night and not from right now. Too early to be drinking bourbon, but bourbon, bourbon for breakfast. All right. So on that, on this beat setup, the drum setup, immediately they put you on the classic 808s because 808 sound the best. Um, I need to paint, but I'm having too much fun on this damn beat machine. I've been working on the background, working on the cloth for a couple days. So I'm just using a few colors, man. Some black, white, a little bit of pink and yellow. I keep seeing a lot of other people use this fucking this brand of paint, yo. And I even know like one of my favorite artists, she used that same brand of paint. I ain't even been asleep yet. That's crazy, bro. So I guess if you ain't really go to sleep, I guess it's okay then. You on a different time schedule. Slobbing out the mouth. But alright, these are the classic 808s. Wanna have some other shit on. I need an MPC. Alright. So is there a tempo? Can I set the tempo for this? Okay, the tempo is at 110. Alright, tempo is now at 90. Alright, that's at 100.
These right there.
Really? Do you? Yo, Piggy. Good morning, yo. It is a major delay on the shirts. I don't know what's going on. When I start taking pre-orders, like I said, man, the print shop told me in the email it says 5 to 7 business days. I'm like, that's just a week. I'll take pre-orders now. So I called him. I didn't call him. I texted him twice last week. One time I texted him, hey, what's the ETA on the t-shirts? The guy texts back, let me check and see. I'll get back with you. He didn't. He didn't check and see and get back with me. So I hit him up on Monday. Let me stop lying and guessing. Let me stop lying and guessing right now. On Friday the 21st. Hey, good morning. Do we have an ETA on the Hip Hoptopus tees? Let me find out. He didn't get back to me Friday at all. He just said, let me find out, and that was it. So Monday at 2:30 p.m. Did we get a time frame on the Hip Hoptopus tees? I already started taking pre-orders, LOL. I know they're in production, probably end of the week. Okay, cool. The end of the week just passed. Haven't heard anything. So Monday, I'm going to hit them up again. Hey, I was hoping to get those shirts last week. Let's see what they say. And I know the owner of the print shop personally. I try to always do business with people I know. And it's a small business, but he is busy a lot. I understand, and I'm only getting 12 shirts made. I understand that. They probably have bigger orders that they need to fulfill before they take care of my shit. I get it. But damn, the email said 5 to 7 business days. This is the second full week now. I haven't. Fortunately, when I do business with him, he'll just do everything first and then let me pay for it in the end. So I haven't paid for the shirts. And I haven't taken anybody's money from these paying apps and put it in my account. Like the money is still sitting in my PayPal or my Cash App. I just let it sit there until I know the order is fulfilled, just in case anyone does want a refund. But man, how the fuck they get down there? Cause these shit is in limbo somewhere. They definitely in limbo. But and thank you. That's what everybody else said too. Is that they'll just wait and hold out. And so I really appreciate it. I appreciate the support.
Not in the Bermuda Triangle.
Send me a email in the Cash App thing or whatever for your address and stuff. So I make sure I got your address and who to ship it to. I definitely will, bro. And like I said, as soon as I get these shirts in my hand, I'm gonna go ahead and place the second order and be like, here, I need 24. But we'll see. He said end of the week, and so I don't try to be, annoying and aggravating like that. So he said that on Monday. I didn't bother him all week. And so, yeah, and he's definitely giving us the best deal for these tees. Like, for the size that I want the print to be and the quality of t-shirt. I think they're actually Hanes t-shirts. Whatever it is, it's like a decent quality t-shirt, so they're not gonna all shrink up and all that good shit. I wanted pre-shrunk tees and everything, so it should be really decent quality for the price. You know, it's just this time frame just kills me when you tell me one thing and then you don't stay on that time. I don't like that. Like anything I do, I might need to put in some more orders. Yeah, definitely tell E-Class about that shit, yo. And that's the thing. I can't wait till we get the shirt. So some people are gonna wear them, some people are gonna frame them, and then you can send me pictures of you with your shirts, and then that'd be like more publicity. I can like put it in a little montage, make a commercial and an advertisement for it, and then we'll get more orders off of this shit. But yeah, it's just like anything I do, I try to stay on. If there is a time frame, I definitely try to work within that time frame. If I tell somebody I'm going to do something on a certain day at a certain time, I really, really, really try to make sure that I adhere to that. And that's one of my biggest pet peeves, like waiting on motherfuckers or getting stood up or like somebody just not staying on time. I can't stand that shit, yo. I can't stand that shit, yo. I'm rarely ever late for anything, rarely. And if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do that shit, like, and that's it. So don't say in the email, 5 to 7 business days if you know it's gonna take 2 weeks, or you could have said 2 to 3 weeks, and I would have been cool with that as long as I know initially, like, that I would have to wait 2 to 3 weeks and not 5 to 7 days. So, like, that's my only concern right now. But it's like, damn. Puff named this beat Drinking Bourbon. I'm gonna play around with some drums and like use some strings and keys to make a melody and see if I can do like a whole beat from scratch. But this is the thing is like that's how I gotta learn how to save the individual tracks. I mean the individual riffs so that I can import all of them into the same track. It's not bad for my first one, yo. It's not bad. And like I say, man, the weirdest thing is, like I say, this GarageBand shit been on my. It's a preloaded app for iPhone. Like when I upgraded my iPhone, that shit was already on there, and I've never touched that shit. Like, and I took most of the preloaded apps off of that shit because I don't use them anyway. And like I said, I've never ever used GarageBand on my phone. And then my homie came over and chilled with us, and she was like, "Oh, I make these shits on GarageBand. It's a free app." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Build it from zero. I'm definitely gonna make some beats from scratch. Yeah.
We're still gonna need to get more hair.
Hmm.
So we're still gonna need more hair. Because that hair is not all the same color.
I thought you got the lock things.
I do. How you gonna put them in? Exactly. You gotta braid my hair underneath first.
Not if I use a rubber band. The same way I braided your hair last time. Like I didn't have to braid your hair.
You did braid my hair.
I rubber band your hair.
Right, rubber banded it to braid it.
Yeah.
To add hair. You didn't watch the video I sent you where she braided it underneath first and then put the faux locks on top? Hey, if you think you can make magic, be my guest. But I'm not. I don't know. Piggy, if you got Instagram, you probably can just DM him your address.
I already watched somebody do it before you sent me that video.
And now you can't find it.
Yeah, but I don't know, it's too far back in my history. But the
You
way
know
she
you don't
did
have
it,
to scroll to see the attachments. You could literally just like click on the other part to see all the photos and attachments, right?
what?
Oh my god. When you're in a text message, instead of scrolling all the way back,
I'm not. I'm scrolling through my YouTube history.
well, you said it's too far back.
In my YouTube history, I can't find a video that I watched before you sent me a video. I already tried to find somebody,
Okay.
and this one girl did it. Not her. Not her.
I'm dead though.
See, the very first time I did it this way. When you put cornrows in,
and then you just tuck it underneath the cornrows. But the other girl did
It
it.
wasn't no damn cornrows. Some singles, baby.
What?
You said
That
cornrows.
is clearly cornrowed back.
I see
That
that.
style.
I that's the first time I tried it. Then I seen the girl did it with box braids, but she didn't braid the hair, so she she took the lock, the hair is rubber band, she took the lock, put it under the rubber band, and then she took another small section of loose hair, tucked that underneath, and then took the loose hair and just wrapped that around the locks, and then wrapped the natural hair in with it. She didn't even braid her hair.
Which means that we still need loose hair to wrap in because that hair is not the
Yeah, but I
color of
don't
the
have to
locks.
braid. There's not necessarily any
You
braiding to
don't
do.
have to, but you can. That's a babe. I get my hair done all the time. The
Okay.
last chick braided it underneath and then wrapped the lock around it. You could do it your way. I don't care how you do it, but we still need hair.
I think this is the one I watched. Yeah, well, go get some hair.
Really? You think I'm supposed to go inside the store right now? You want me to be that ignorant person?
See, her shit came out nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And how much hair does she have?
But she,
Does she have more hair than me?
I think her hair might be a little bit longer. But somehow she tied two different links on to make it long. Her shits are like 32 inches long. So she was like, I have some 14-inch long and some other inch long. I'm like, yo,
Yeah, if it had extremely long hair last time, yeah, some shorter length shit would be good. Oh wow.
Yeah, see, her hair is so long that she did have to braid hers.
why did the fucking, that was 2 seconds in the fucking commercial. That's what's up. 4 years without social media. That means you are exactly who you are. Social media.
They were trying to send their address though, and they couldn't get your email through Cash App. So I was like DM, and they said they don't have social media. They be saying social media. So.
Because what you're going to do is you're going to take your braid and you're going to put that through that hole at the top of the lock, and you're going to pull it tight to make a knot. So you're going to have two pieces, the braid and then the lock. So now I'm going to show you guys how to do that
That's how most
again
people do it.
3 more times.
Yeah, she shows you a couple
One
times.
more, put your braid through the loop of that lock, and you're then going to pull the braid and the lock to create a tighter knot, and there you have it.
And then this is cool.
So yeah, go under like that. Will go under the rubber band. Put that in. Loop your hair into that. And then put that in the loop. Hold tight.
Now, Biggie, that's hella work for you to have to make one just to send that address. He could just give you his email.
Yeah, my email is my and yeah. So the loose hair that she tucked in there, she just wraps that around. But she has some kind of glue or something she's spraying on it. Something with glue.
What is she, or is it foam? Is it white?
Just gonna wrap the hair as normal until you get to the very, very
In a bottle like this where you just pump it out? That's foam, dude.
Gossip. She says glue. I don't know what it is. I just repeat what she said.
So you're just going to wrap the hair as normal until you get to the very, very bottom, and you're going to need some gossipy glue for this
Gossipy
part.
glue?
So what you're going to do
Like
is
the
you're going to
Gorilla
use
Glue
gossipy
for your hair?
freeze spray.
Yeah,
You're going to
that's what they
spray
use
it
for
on the
wigs.
hair, and then
Freeze
you're
spray.
going to wrap the remaining of that little bit of hair you have left at the bottom around the gossipy glue freeze spray. Rub your hands together, rub the hair together, do all that. You can spray more gossipy glue freeze spray if you need to, just to make sure it's really, really secure, but it should be sealed in.
I spent almost $400 on that hair. It stayed in for like a month. It looked good, but with what I paid her and what I spent on hair, I spent almost $400. And then this last go around, I spent like $200. So even if you only get your hair done twice a year, that's $600 right there.
Phoebe has the most.
Phoebe?
His wife.
Oh. Yeah, I'm finally trying to grow my hair out for somebody.
No, Phoebe's daughter. I can do hair a little bit, bro.
I was the only boy in the house, dude. So my sister taught me how to cornrow when I was a kid, like when I was young. And I've done my sister hair several times, my cousin's hair. If they need like some quick braids, if they want some like 4 big cornrows going to the back or some shit, I'll throw that shit in there real quick. And then when my sister used to start doing hair, especially doing her hair, like putting her own box braids in, I would help her just braid her hair in, and it's not hard either, you know. It ain't hard to fucking braid.
Easier with 2 people. Plus, at $400. Yeah, cause we're not in like a city. Where I'm from, I could just go down the street to the beauty supply and pay reasonable prices. But for the hair and everything that I have bought just to get my hair done, even though it's fake hair, I spent like $100. And then I'm pretty sure my service was like $250, I think, and I tipped her. But yeah, if you get a tattoo shop going, y'all, listen, I'll do reception. I done went to school for massage. You can get a little chair massage where you sit and wait. But, alright, he doing tattoos for half of the day, but he going to braid for the rest of the day.
Braiding is good money too, but it's not easy. It is easy to do, but after a while, like you try to do like 2 heads a day, man, your hands cramp up, your fingers. And I've seen some girls like actually have like paper, like it looks like paper cuts on their fingertips because they pull and just, the hair just cuts their hand, like sometimes for doing it so long.
Hands always dry, they was washing their hands.
Like that shit can be annoying. I don't mind braiding, but I wouldn't want to do that shit as a living though. I'm trying to find.
I wouldn't mind coloring. I'm not gonna lie, I'm the shit at dyeing hair. Like, you need your hair bleached, I'm the person to come to. But if you ask me to braid your hair, I don't know about that. Take 2.
Have you ever wondered how the electric vehicle concept emerged in recent times? When we traced the government's view on it, it was
I'm gonna split my 16 with Truth. If you like it, keep it. If not,
Nice.
that beat, let Napalm get on that track.
I got you, bro. I got you. When the first started beat, garage band beat, yo, and then I was, like I said, I watched a couple tutorials over the past couple days, and there's this one dude, these 2 guys, basically, there's like a beginner versus like a pro engineer, and yo, you can make some shit sound pretty fucking good on that garage, yo, them dudes had some alright sounding shit, and then laid vocals over that shit, and I'm like, okay, but that's just like I say, like my homegirl, she showed me that shit, and her shit sounds pretty good, and she was putting vocals on there. She said she just used like the mic from her iPhone headset or some shit. Like, alright. I mean, I don't got a lot of time to dedicate towards that shit, but something else just to be creative and occupy your time when you have downtime. You know, something to do that's cool, and then you're actually creating something. When it's done, you can just have something you can share with other people, or something you can just keep for yourself, yeah. Just to say you did that shit. I don't mind doing that. So I definitely, like, over the next couple months, keep playing with that shit a little bit here, a little bit there. Yeah. Oh man, you missed the beat, man. I was in here making some beats on GarageBand, bro. About to get some real corny freestyles going on, man. Like the beat I made, it sounds nice, but I can't even really catch a flow on that shit. I gotta find something. Maybe if I slow it down. I ain't want to keep fucking around with it because it does sound pretty cool. So I'll leave it alone. But my next beat, I definitely gotta make some shit that I can rap to. Alright, so this lady invited me to do... Pause. This lady invited me to do a art thing it's weird how she wants it, but she wants to have some type of art event for Black History Month at Amazon. So if she's calling me and setting this thing up, she has to be like at least mid-level management somewhere at the local Amazon factory, because our distrib fulfillment center is what they call it. I don't know what the hell they call these places now. Amazon fulfillment center. But so she's not some no worker or nothing. And she called me and saying, "Hey, we're trying to, expose our what did he call people now? Associates. They don't even have employees anymore. They just have associates."
It's literally the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's like George.
Just like they said fulfillment center instead of
Warehouse. George Carlin does this whole bit about how language is getting softer and softer to make people feel better about themselves, and this is a perfect example of how they change language to make people feel better about themselves, when in actuality nothing has fucking changed. It's still the same shit. Peace, bro. Go get that knowledge, nigga. Or goddamn, so she reached out to me and saying, "Hey, we wanna do something artistic for Black History Month for our associates at our fulfillment center in a town that's not like close by, but not far away. It's like right down the road. It's a straight shot, but it's a little ride to get there." I'm like, I don't know. It sounds like a good opportunity, but I would have to change so much shit. I've tried to explain to this lady, like, I have a full-time job too. Like, I'm not a career artist. I don't just do art all day and just can, roam around willy-nilly like doing art. And so I said, oh, she's like, no, this will be paid, and you just name your number, and what do you have? I mean, what will it take to make this happen? So I'm like, so I thought about it for a while, and then I want to do it, so I talked to my job, and then told the lady, I'm not naming no number. You name a number. I'm not about to play this number game with you. You never put out a number first, yo. That's one thing and where did I learn? Where did I learn that shit from? Damn, I forgot who said that shit, yo. But if you're trying to make a deal, you don't never put the number out there first, yo. Never. Even if whatever end you want, if you're trying to sell or buy, and it's something negotiable, like, you never put a number out first. You let the other person, like, see where their starting point is at. So I asked her, like, what's your budget? And she gave me a motherfucking budget for that shit. And I'm like, okay, that sounds like something I would definitely be interested in. And so I told her that. I clearly communicated that I would be interested in doing this. And she wanted an invoice. So I sat down and itemized everything on it and sent her an invoice. And then when she texted me, she's like, oh, I need this by tomorrow so we can get everything together. I'm like, okay. So I whipped all that shit up and sent it to her, and then haven't heard back from her yet. Which is awkward, because you seem so pressed to get all this shit done. And now I've taken all my time, well, not all my time, but I have taken time. I, even got things situated with my job, and, I don't know, put all these numbers and shit together. And then, like, if you were, like, that pressed, you should have at least acknowledged that shit. That, oh, I got the numbers, I'll talk this over. Or the next day said, hey, this is great, I'll see you at, such and such date. Here's the address, or is what I was expecting. But I haven't heard anything back yet, so.
Wait, since you sent the invoice?
Nope.
She threw the number out there. I think these comments are repeating. Yeah. I don't know why it does that. It's still cool they considered you though.
Yeah, I'm not really stressed about it, because if it happens, it's great. If not, oh well. it wouldn't be a place that I would. It's not a place that I'm like super overjoyed about showing my art, like at a warehouse cafeteria. And it's not like I don't need the exposure. This is more of like a financial move. I could definitely use the bread. I always use more money, but like, yeah, without y'all paying me, I would never volunteer. Like I put my art in galleries volunteering. Like when I have gallery shows, I don't normally get paid for those shits. It's just I want people to see my art. Like, but like this is a space that I would not even really consider any other way. And I would never consider doing something like this without like the budget that they have. Since it's Amazon, give me that money. And y'all got it. And one of my main things was y'all gotta make sure y'all got insurance coverage over my shit, cause this is a warehouse. Y'all motherfuckers ain't known to be delicate people, you know. So if anything happens in the slightest to any of my art while it's in your possession on your property, y'all don't bought that in full. Y'all will buy that in full, and ain't no other way around it. And that's why I be kind of nervous for situations like this, cause it's not like I hate. I don't know. It's weird. I'm not trying to like make anybody sound bad, but like the gallery settings are better because it's hung on the wall, and people who go to galleries are just like, you don't touch this shit. It's somebody else's art, you know what I'm saying, and you don't touch it. Like at a place like this, people just be like, oh shit, look at that. And I've had people try to touch my paintings. Like, you don't touch my shit, yo. You're not supposed to touch the art. But then, I don't know. At an Amazon cafeteria somewhere, I can just see some fucking goofy ass, dopey ass motherfucker like, oh man, look how dope that shit is, and just run his hand all along my shit with some fucking French fry grease or something on it. Or some racist motherfucker who realizes my art is all black and has like, cause I like that the books and shit, like motherfucker like, fuck this racist ass shit, and throw some peanut butter and jelly sandwich at my shit or something. That's what I'm really concerned about. And it's like, oh, we can just keep your art there for a week, and it's a week. Oh man. Or you can do a piece of art while you're there, and then we can buy it at the end. First of all, my art ain't cheap. Like, even the university couldn't buy my shit. And second of all, I ain't about to finish no damn painting in a week, in a few days. I don't paint like that. And that's hard. That was absolutely hard for her to understand. But if you just work on it, like, even when you're not here, look, lady. Once again, I work a regular 9 to 5. So even if I did work on it outside of Amazon, that shit ain't gonna be done, because bitch, I gotta go to work for 8 hours a day. I don't know, it's hard for people to understand like what the fuck I do and how I do it. People think these shits just pop up out of nowhere. Oh man, Travis he posted one painting last week, and then he posted another painting this week. Bitch, I ain't do that shit in a week. I've been working on both of these paintings for 2 months. I work on these shits for 2 fucking months before I get to show these shits off. I think this shit just come out of thin air. If she doesn't contact me on Monday, I'm just gonna assume that the deal is off. Cause I'm not gonna. I don't know. I should, for the money, just contact her one more time and say, hey, is this gonna happen or not? But I say she contacted me first, and then she contacted me again to make sure that I got an invoice in. So I feel like it's her turn to reach out and do the contacting now. I think too professional. I should have been a motherfucking stock trader, a goddamn lawyer or some shit, man. Cause motherfuckers just don't think logically enough. And I understand once again, she sounds like a black lady. She has a black lady's name, and she's her superiors probably just task her to do all this shit by herself, and she has a lot of moving parts that she needs to handle and get together.
I get that.
Lace your damn shit up. Just keep that shit organized, nigga. And I did get to drop off like some stuff for. I need to ask that dude too. Like, what's your website? Cause I'll try to look up the African American something network, leadership network, and them shits are all over the country. And but he was like, oh, I'm gonna post this on our site, and so everybody knows how to enter the raffle and shit. Well, yeah, send me the link to that shit too, bro. So I can know where to see this shit at and who wins. One of my signed prints, yo. Them shits ain't cheap. Y'all got that for the low. Better be lucky it's for the people. I gave him a lot of shit for the low. I try to pay it forward sometimes. Not often. I'm stingy. They say it's gonna be T.I. and Eminem. You heard that? It's gonna be T.I. and Eminem in the verses. Oh man. Eminem got way more crossover value. So his songs and his features just go harder than T.I. just because he got crossover value. And somebody's like, oh, M don't have as many hits as T.I. Are you fucking crazy? I'm not trying to toot Eminem's horn either, but M got mad hits, yo. And then somebody posted, Chicka Slim Shady. Yeah, that shit sound corny now, but that shit was a fucking hit when it came out, though. Hi, my name is what? My name is who? My name is Chicka Slim Shady. Hi, kids. Do you like violence? You want to try acid and get fucked up like my life is? You want to stick 9-inch nails to each one of my eyelids? Oh, man. Now, will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up.
The cost of a haircut is too high. Are these comments for sale? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Puff said, you know why he don't go to barbershops. Not going to no barbershops. I want Ball to save money, time, and to be anonymous.
You went bald because you went bald, bro.
You said you capping, Puff.
Just keep it real, man. Cause once my shit start thinning out too bad, I'm gonna get that tattoo them dudes be doing now. Just tattoo the hair stubble on the front, so it always like look like you got a low haircut.
Mm.
I want the real Slim Shady. Please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. And I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? In the papers, the news every day I am. I don't know. That's just the way I am. Dun, 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 dun. That song that had like the Batman beat. Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend. But see, I had a lot of fucking hits too, yo. Like all the artists he could have really put out, he did Iggy Azalea. Even though she like cap niggas for for her first album and that shit. I mean she had the hype. Some little cute Australian white chick rapping. But then once motherfuckers started clowning her shit, yo, and now you don't even see T.I. don't even have her around at all no more. What happened to her, Iggy? Is she still making music?
Yeah.
Hmm? Hmm.
She went more with her own crowd now.
That's like
Stop trying to win our approval.
yeah, she just got the launch pad to get out there.
She's more like overseas. People love her because they're probably not bothered by her accent or none of that shit. But for me, I don't care that you got an accent. It's the fact that you're trying so hard to sound a certain way. It's whack.
They say for white people, that's the coolest shit.
And you don't even sound like I don't. I don't know what she thinks she sounds like. Although I did like her song "Fancy," and she got a banging ass body, but who's to say she ain't buy it like everybody else? Pretty sure she bought her body too.
And I give her props for the hustle. You know, some
She
little
made it.
yeah, some poor ass Australian kid who ain't really had shit in Australia. Trailer park, basically Australian trailer park.
Do you know that she's a trailer park kid? Or are you just assuming? Because I don't know that she's a trailer park kid.
Hey man, that's how she portrayed herself
Really?
in one of her videos. She portrayed herself as
You know more about her music than I do then.
She portrayed herself as like this little humble girl living in a trailer park, working somewhere, and then like she was a stripper in the video or some shit, basically saying I come from humble means.
Humble beginnings.
That's how the visuals put it off anyway.
Maybe.
Like Eminem can do a rap in a fucking hood in front of a trailer park because that's where he come from. And Jay-Z rap in front of Marcy Projects and all that shit because that's where he came from. Like so, don't sit here and rap like you're from this like some trailer park type situation if you're not. Why are you even putting yourself in this setting in this imagery? If you don't want people to think that like you have been exposed to this type of life or this has influenced you in some type of way. Yeah, but T.I. definitely help her blow, yo. Say, Mom, I don't care. I'm going to America. And do what? I'm going to be a rapper. For everybody who in Australia who doubted her, she proved them wrong. But damn, T.I., you could have gave me a deal, nigga. Damn this fabric. Honestly, I think T.I. would win just on his swag alone. He just looks cooler rapping. T.I.'s a cool ass dude. Eminem like
Yeah, but T.I. stay getting wrapped up in some shit too. Like they stay trying to cancel his ass. I mean, honestly, Eminem has never had no nothing where it's been like, oh, him and his girls out here drugging people and having threesomes with them. It ain't never been nothing crazy. My daughter's a virgin, and I make her go to the doctor so they can check her hymen to make sure it's
yeah,
intact.
but Eminem wrote songs about killing his mom.
Okay, and T.I.'s wrote songs about selling drugs and killing people too.
Yeah.
It's not about the songs. It's
And
about
then
what you
Eminem pulled a
do in
gun.
life.
Eminem pulled a gun on the dude from the Insane Clown Posse because he was fucking his baby moms. I pulled a gun on this
When?
nigga.
20 years ago?
Still happened.
20 years ago?
Still happened.
T.I. and Tidy is facing charges right now, and they best friend is like trying to rat them out. And I like T.I., but all I'm saying is I done seen a lot of things about these superstars. Trey Songz, they keep coming at him for allegations.
All of them do it. Most of them do it.
Now the dude Drake, right?
Drake ain't even want to tell people he got the bitch pregnant and got a whole kid.
Well, honestly,
and then Pusha T, Pusha lit his ass up with that shit.
You got your side chick pregnant, or a chick that you ain't want to be with pregnant, whatever. Okay, but he's taking care of his kid nonetheless. It's not that he wasn't taking care of his kid.
On the low.
Telling people. Okay, but a lot of people don't post their kids.
Yeah, a lot of people acknowledge they have
baby,
kids.
We ain't seen how her baby look yet.
Exactly, and it took fucking 2 years or 3 years before Beyonce showed the public her baby.
And then they started straight talking shit about her, and people be talking shit about Drake little white baby, and that's why he don't want to post them, because he like this shit. And he in the rap community, and he already know, like. But anyway, out of all the chicks you done messed with, that's the one you got pregnant. Hey, whatever. But as I was about to say before you cut me off, Drake slept with some girl and apparently put hot sauce in the condom when he was done, and her coochie was burning, because she tried to, like, unwrap the condom or whatever. I'm like, you didn't look at it? And now she's mad at Drake. And I'm like, how's he wrong for that? Like, he didn't give you permission to go get that off the trash. And why did you push it on? I
wonder who told him to do that shit too. Like, nigga, these bitches will take the condom, nigga. Look, you need to pour hot sauce or bleach or something in that shit.
No, not bleach. Ooh, Jesus Christ. Hot sauce is.
You better kill your sperm, nigga.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh, bleach. Ooh, I can't even imagine. But honestly, that's what she gets. So if men start doing that, what can I say? Don't take his stuff without him knowing. If he wants it to be there, it'll be there. Put it like that. If he put it in the trash, it went there for a reason. Yeah, men better smarten up, cause shit, women be getting it.
Bitch is desperate. Fucking stupid. Never be that fucking desperate. I'm gonna make him get me pregnant. I got you. That ain't my baby. Take the DNA test. Bitch, I had a condom on. I know. I dug it out the trash.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, how does that even make sense?
And I shoved it up in me.
If y'all ain't using protection, that's on him. Whether he do this thing or not, that's on you, because you know it's a chance. But if he wrap up and you end up pregnant, Either you poke the hole in the condom or you pour it back your side. You gotta take the base.
That's where this shit. That be a celebrity baby mama. I know he don't love me. He won't never marry me, but
I wouldn't even want to be a celebrity baby mama. I'd rather like be a celebrity's girlfriend is one thing.
50 already said, man. 50 already told you, be a millionaire, have a baby by me, bitch.
Maybe. I mean, definitely you be set for 18 years, but then these be the same bitches that fumble the bag. Like Dr. Dre's wife. Wasn't she the first one to file for divorce?
Mm-hmm.
And now look. She getting like however much a month and she talking about it ain't enough. Like, nah, you gotta play chess with motherfuckers sometimes. You shouldn't even have left yet. You should have just collected your coins. But then she'd be a gold digger, which she kinda is a gold digger. But men claim they don't like gold diggers and go for them same type of women too. So
that's why Kanye got the new chick, the same thing. That bitch just leeching on whoever the fuck she is.
She a model, and
yeah,
I ain't gonna say it's not nice, cause honestly, if you upgrade on personality, if your next partner don't look as good as your last partner, but they're a better person, you fucking upgraded. I don't care. I don't care what nobody say. Cause looks don't do nothing for me. You could be fine all you want, but if you ain't shit, I'd rather an ugly motherfucker that treat me right. So, it does seem desperate though. It seems like he's just trying to piss her off.
Mm-hmm.
Both of their new boos are ugly though, cause she got beat.
Shit stupid as hell. And then he talking about beating
get back
him
together
up.
and stop
Like, y'all
playing.
fucking corny, yo. Yeah, with all that money, y'all still corny as shit, yo.
Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna lie, I love Kanye, but he be doing the most. You know he crazy. Control everything, what she wears.
The industry made him like that, though.
I'm just saying, though, you can't be controlling and abusive to somebody and then want to move, and then, oh, now she moves away and it's, oh, no, now I want my family back. Like, you're a little bit bipolar. It's okay. But you can't get mad that that lady don't want to keep going through hell with you when she deserves more.
When she put him in that position to be all crazy like that.
Did she really? Because Kanye been crazy since his mother died. And I love Kanye, and I don't even like Kim Kardashian. I don't even like none of the Kardashians at all. I think that they drive men crazy. But in this case, Kanye went bankrupt. She dropped her little app, got his money back up. She married him, moved where he wanted, did what he wanted. Like, she is a bird brain. But he put her through a lot. Imagine if that was your daughter. And you're just like, yo, he's telling you what to wear, what to eat, how to do this, how to do that. Like, you know, you're your own person. But nonetheless, I'm a Kanye fan, so whatever he does, he's gonna do. But that new chick ain't it.
Mm-mm.
Honestly, I liked him with Amber Rose, the bald head chick. That's who I liked him with. Because at least she had a little bit of spice. She wasn't like, oh my god, I lost my earring in the ocean. I can't believe this bitch really cried over a diamond earring and she's a millionaire. Puff said, I'm back. Bobo's called. Bobo? Beeps? Bobo? Puff, I was waiting on you to tell me why you don't like barbershops. And when the battle's supposed to be? Today?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is a good matchup.
Yeah, breaking beats, nigga, breaking beats.
Americans to swap their old gasoline cars for EV. The current tax credit is back to the Obama administration, with the federal government offering up to $7,500 in tax tax break for consumers who buy an electric plug-in. Plus, the benefit caps out when the EV makes it sell 200,000 units. Today, Tesla and General Motors have already reached that limit. The Model 3 base price is just under $40,000.
Go to
And it gives you
Pressure.
263
That's
miles
right down the road, bro.
So base price per charged mile is $152.
That's closer to King of Prussia is closer to me than Philly is. Because it's right outside of Philly.
But it's interesting to note that in 2021,
So
the Model
King
3
of
became the best-selling
Prussia.
electric vehicle in the Netherlands with almost 39,000 units already registered. The Model 3.
Let me GPS real quick.
Yo! Look.
Wow.
It took me a minute. Oh my god, that's the best shit I see all day.
An hour and 48 minutes. So the way I drive, I can probably make it there in like an hour and 25 minutes, depending on traffic. Yeah, King of Prussia is just right before you get to Philly. Like, for me to get to Philly is like 2.5 hours. King of Prussia is like, it's an hour and 40-some minutes. Yo, Juice, what it do? I'm telling you, man, I'm way, way north. You know, way up north. The NPC Beats by Ake. I think these start looping over again.
Yeah.
Dom Frazier, who lives in Jim Thorpe, from Philadelphia. And you're friends with Heather, so I don't know why you want to be my friend. Are you an artist? You're not an artist. Sorry, bro. I know why random motherfuckers think, oh, we know the same person. I'll send you a friend request. I don't know you, dude. But if you know someone in Jim Thorpe who can give me an art show, hey. Yeah, I heard about the monkeys that got loose in PA last week. That shit was literally like down the road from here, yo.
E-class don't want to fly. He want to drive. Y'all tripping.
That's a long ass drive, yo. I'm telling you now. I did it in one stretch, one time. Well, no, twice. When I was hella younger, like I drove straight. And this was before my aunt lived in Virginia. So I drove straight from PA to South Carolina. And then on the way back, I just drove straight from SC to fucking PA, yeah. Only did that trip twice, like in a straight shot. But now, since I got people in Virginia, I won't drive that bitch straight. Let me take a break. It's a long ride, man. I say now I'm even further north than than Philadelphia, yo. Like it's an 11-hour trip. 11 hours. That's a long time to be in a car, yo. Unless you getting chauffeured. Like, now if you got some big ass SUV type shit, some Escalade or something like that, like some big ass Tahoe, and you ain't got to drive and you sitting in the back the whole time, shit. 11 hours to go by like that. And then just going through the different states, like some states be so long to get through and motherfuckers can't drive. And that'd be my main shit on long ass trips, cause I'm a pretty aggressive driver.
Pretty?
I'm a really aggressive driver.
Glad you rephrased that.
You gotta get the fuck out my way, yo.
Listen, I thought I was an aggressive driver.
I'm a safe driver, though.
Am I not a safe driver?
You tailgate too much.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Okay, I said okay.
Hey, since my accident, have I really been tailgating people? Have I?
You ride closer than I do.
That is not true. You about to run them off the road, trying to go around.
That's like, if I can go around, I ain't running nobody off the road.
And I don't never hit nobody. So what is the? You know what? Y'all hear this bullshit? I'm a really aggressive driver. I get right up on people's asses to go around, but I tailgate. I be grabbing onto the damn thing, feeling like we about to die, pressing on my imaginary brake.
I got us to Scranton in 25 minutes.
Yes,
Safely.
and I'm a safer driver because I got us there in 28 minutes. Oh my god. I was like, oh my god.
And that's only on the highway. And as I say, in the city, I could care less about in the city most of the time.
No, I think we drive pretty good both around here, but on the highway, it's a whole nother story.
Motherfuckers scared to drive the highway. Well, once again, I do speed. Like, my cruise is 80. I'm not gonna lie.
In the 55?
Yeah, I cruise at 80 and 55, and I can understand how other law-abiding drivers be like, oh my god, he's speeding so fast, but actually 80 is not that bad on the highway. And even in South Carolina, like, the part of 95 that runs through South Carolina, our speed limit is fucking 70 miles an hour. It's set at 70 on the markers, because you can cruise at 70, 80 miles with no problem. And normally most highway patrol will give you 10 miles over, 5 to 10 miles. So if it's 55 and you're doing like 65, they're not really gonna fuck with you like that, because you're doing like 10 miles over and doing like 65. So in on 95 in South Carolina, the speed limit is 70, so most people do like 75, 80 and get like 5 or 10 miles over, and everybody's cool with that shit. But the highway I gotta drive is it's 55, yo, and it's not a small corridor. It's a 2 lane all the way down, and some parts have 3 lanes for on and off ramps. So it's like you can do 75, 80 and without feeling all anxious and nervous and shit. But motherfuckers hate to fucking drive, yo. Hate to drive. Like, if I do 55 on the highway, it feels like I'm not moving, yo.
Note to self, don't ride with trap. Right, bro.
I feel like I'm not moving, yo.
He said one day I'm gonna get me a driver. I don't need to drive in Carolina. Now them damn Carolina drivers be driving slow as hell. Florida and Carolina.
Motherfuckers act like they ain't got nowhere to be. And all my fun driving days are over. You first start driving is so fun. It's so fun. Now it's just like, I just want to get to where the fuck I'm going, yo.
I don't know. I've been driving since I was 16, and by the time I was 20, driving wasn't fun to me no more.
Shit wear out fast, yo.
Especially when you live somewhere like here or like where I'm from, where you have to drive to work. Like, I had to drive to work and school every single day. Like, an hour and a half of driving every day. That shit, Even on road trips, I could do like 2-3 hours. But if it's more than 4, I gotta stop and take a break. Shit, if I could drive, I would go get my damn CDLs, but I don't think I could do that all damn day. Definitely not carrying nothing flammable. That's what I ask all truck drivers, like, yo, what do you carry? Do you carry flammable shit? Yeah, if I want to get paid more. But I met somebody one time who was like, nah, fuck that. And that's how I feel. Somebody, like, bumped into you or you hit the wrong thing. I don't know. I like to stay home. When I buy my house, everything is at the house. I feel that, bro. Sound like somebody else that don't like to leave the house. I'm the one that like to leave the house.
For no reason.
I know.
Don't have a reason at all. Just make a reason. Let's go get a coffee. Let's
Yes!
go
Yes!
to buy a candle.
Yes! Ooh, I do want some new candles.
Leave the house for no reason at all.
To go get some fresh air, to get some sunlight, some vitamin D when the sun is out. Ain't no sun. Go say it. You know?
Me and my cousin was just talking about that shit too. She's like, man, I don't leave the house. Open the door, you $20 fly out your pocket. I ain't even look. I just looked outside, lost $20.
I mean, I like to go sit outside with the fire pit, have a nice cup of tea or a nice drink or something. But somebody has not wanted to go back out there since. It has been snowing there. So it'll be like, alright, we can go sit on this fire pit, or I can go take a walk, or go walk around somewhere. But yeah, just to get some fresh air, get out the house. I hate being in the house, like, for days on end. Like, if we gotta be in here Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm like, yo, I gotta at least step outside for a minute. But at least I don't like to party, though. I ain't never asked you to go to no club or nothing like most young people my age do. My friends still be clubbing and shit. Wrong mail. I have a need to drive 30 seconds to drop it off to my neighbor. Not even walking distance.
Damn.
Oh, you have no need to drive? Wow.
Tell Puff, we done did too much running around in our younger days, man. I done ran around enough. I don't gotta leave the house for nothing. I like being in the house now. Motherfucker used to be out the house for 18 hours a day.
See, and I've never been that person. You know me. We go out the house, we go to the mall, we go in like 2 stores, and then we be like, all right, let's go. We give each other that look. I'd be like, you ready? He'd be like, you ready? And then we go. That's a compromise. Shit, if I go to the grocery store or we go to like, I don't know, Michael's or something like that, that's considered getting out the house. Trump said I like those too, and pools also. I drink too much and I might fall in. CB like, nah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a pool, but it's cold as shit. Even in the summertime, I feel like, unless it's July.
Okay, that looks pretty good right there. Oh, I gotta wash my hair this weekend. Damn, I forgot about that. I didn't wash my hair last weekend, but it's been so cold and snowy. Like I didn't feel like I really needed to. I'm definitely gonna have to wash and grease my scalp this weekend, though. Alright. Actually gonna have to get out of here soon and go get her some hair so we can do her hair, which is gonna take for the rest of the fucking day.
I mean, if you want to do half of it today, half of it tomorrow, okay. You the one that gotta look at it, not me. Just close enough in town so Phoebe can have friends. Puff, stop saying stuff like that, because now you sounding like him. Because I could just hear him like, you got your homie Rose down the street. You got Z right here. Because I always be like, I don't got no friends. Yeah, can't say that shit now. But in all fairness, my 2 best friends do live 2.5 hours away. Puff said, I haven't washed mine either. Y'all just walk around dirty.
Anyway, dirty.
Dirty?
Smell natural. This is
like
my,
you wear a natural deodorant.
This is my natural scent.
Wow. Y'all heard it first. It didn't come from me.
I say, especially down there, man, been so cold. Ain't nobody sweating. Ain't nobody's scalp been getting extra greasy.
Okay, Puff, we gonna give you a pass. We ain't gonna...
Been cold, man. Too cold to wash your hair. You know how long it take my hair to dry? I might catch a head cold.
Yeah, right. Says the person that don't get sick.
A head cold ain't getting sick. It's different.
I guess. Wait. Isn't that a myth? Anyway.
What? Going out in the cold with your hair wet?
I'm pretty sure that's a myth.
I don't know.
Puff said I'm bald. I forgot. Damn, Puff.
I don't know.
Hey, you always said I haven't washed mine either. I literally forgot you just said you was bald now.
Puff, what you say? If you go out with your hair wet, can't you catch a hair cold like that? Because your pores are still open? Let that cold in. And then you get all congested from your pores being too open and wet. It's a science to this shit.
The short answer is no. Colds are caused by viruses, so you can't catch a cold from going outside with wet hair, and wet hair won't make you more attracted to germs.
Head cold.
In reality,
Congestion.
the common cold is transmitted through bodily fluids, but I just said, can it make you sick?
No, you can catch a head cold. It's not the same thing. Being congested does not necessarily mean you got a virus.
Well, it's all saying the same thing. But I take it in.
Whatever. They don't know.
I mean, they probably don't, but
They not black. They don't got dreads.
You don't even know who posted this fucking article.
Some white dude without dreads.
No, this is not even a white dude. I don't know who he is. But this last name.
Charlie Puff, we know better from experience.
Yeah, I'm half black. I have kinky hair too, curly kinky hair.
Yeah,
This is
you
a
ever
bald
go
head
out?
right now.
You ever go outside with wet hair? Exactly.
Kinda wet hair, yeah. When my hair is curly, it's still wet.
Mhm.
My hair was wet yesterday when I left.
Yeah, why don't you just go outside with wet hair though?
Cause I don't. I go outside with my hair done.
Mhm.
The hell?
Cause you catch a head cold.
No, not necessarily. You have to have a virus. Thank you, Puff. Thank you. Thank you.
See, ever since you shaved your hair, Puff, you don't know what the fuck you be talking about.
I mean, granted, I ain't mad at mamas and grannies for saying it because while you going outside with wet hair, yeah, whatever. But like, I've done it. I've survived. Like I said, women with curly hair, our hair still be wet when we go outside. Because if your hair is already dry before you leave the house, you already know what it's going to be on at the end of the day. Woman with curly hair. Well, I am going to go close your eye and make some more tea. Damn, I can't believe I messed this up already. It's so much fun though playing with resin. This smells so good. He said, I'm sorry, I'm keeping it science.
I am the science. And you sound like Fauci, man.
You see how I just played with you like that?
Sound like Anthony.
You know what, Puff? We just gonna agree and say that going outside with your head cold make you sick. You can't argue with the head scientist in this bitch.
Sound like Fauci.
Yeah, what the hell you sound like? Bring your hot sauce down.
So I put another image on canvas today, or this morning.
Tree is mostly made of steel with a small amount of aluminum. Due to its smaller size, it's expected to use less power than the Model Y and has greater range of travel. The Hyundai Kona Electric. The Kona, you'll get a range of 258 miles and a price tag similar to the Tesla Model 3, just under $40,000. So we're talking $144 per mile. By the way, did you know that the Kona was named after the western region of the island of Hawaii? Hyundai claims that the name and progressive design of the car intentionally reflects the modern consumer's lifestyle. The Kona name also continues Hyundai's tradition of naming SUV crossovers after famous travel destinations, including Creta, Santa Fe, Tucson, and Veracruz. The Kona Electric's aggressive regenerative braking system allows for one-pedal driving and helps extend the range of what Hyundai claims is 258 miles. That's just 1 mile less than the Chevy Bolt EV. The Kona Electric's fuel efficiency equivalent rating from the EPA is 120 mpge compared to Tesla Cybertruck. You get 500 miles of range for $70,000. base price of $139 per mile on a single truck, according to a survey conducted by the automotive research and sales website CarGurus. The Cybertruck was indeed voted the most popular electric truck design. Believe it or not, an impressive 31% said they preferred the angular, brutal steel of the Cybertruck. At release, there will be 3 versions of Cybertruck to choose from: basic single-engine four-wheel drive, twin-engine four-wheel drive, and 3-engine four-wheel drive. According to Tesla, the base single-engine model will be able to reach 60 miles an hour in 6.5 seconds and travel an estimated 250 miles on a single truck. The twin-engine all-wheel drive truck will reportedly get to 60 miles an hour in 4.5 seconds and provide 300 mile range. And the
Yo, the EVs, hey, my homie just got the
500 miles of range.
Yo, my homie just got the motherfucking electric Mustang, yeah.
Keep going.
Yo, my little reel picking up numbers, yo. I know that's right. I'm gonna get whatever I want, cause I work, nigga.
Parts for new cars, new parts for old cars, and new parts for cars about as old as I am. eBay Motors has 100. I'm going to talk about this 2007 Nissan Maxima. Is it a good car? Is it a bad car? No, when this Maxima was new, it was a $28,000 car. Now it's a 2007. Even the books that generally inflate values say that this thing is worth anywhere from $1,700 to $3,300 today. Now my customer bought this thing a year ago for $3,500. And the first thing he said to me was, yeah, I wish I would have bought a Toyota instead. To which I responded, yeah, but you're not going to get much of a Toyota for $3,500. I mean, check this car out. It's a nice looking car. Still got a great paint job. White reflects heat, holds up over time. The wheels are still good. Nice lines to it. There's no bashes or anything. It is a nice looking car. But alas, looks can be deceiving. And they often are in older Nissan. I tell people, you want to buy one, buy a new one. Keep it 100,000 miles, you might not have any problems at all. But this baby, now that it's got some mileage on it, got 152,719 miles. And guess what? It's showing its age. It needs quite a bit of work. Now in this case, this baby has 3 catalytic converters and they're going out. It is typical on Nissans. I've often had people buy the cheaper aftermarket catalytic converters and they still fail the test. If you have to buy 3 cats for this car and you buy OEM factory cats, it's more money than the car's worth. It runs decently most of the time, especially after you put some cat cleaner in the tank. In order to get it legally passed in an inspection, if you live in an area that has emissions inspecting, you'd have to replace those cats. And man, that is one expensive job. And it's typical. They almost always go bad on these Nissan V6 engines when they get mileage like this one. Has like 150 on it. Almost invariably, they're going to go bad. Now, once in a while, they get too clogged up and it really runs bad. When you put the cleaner in, it cleans it out. So let's say you lived in a place like Montana where they don't inspect cars for emissions. You can just keep adding cleaner, and live with that. But if you live in a place where they inspect cars for emissions, especially California, you wouldn't want to touch this car with a 10-foot pole. And you might have noticed I got AC gauges hooked up because the AC system is leaking. That's the reason the guy brought the car in the first place, because Todd here in Houston, and he wanted to see what's wrong with the AC. I'm going to fill it up, put some dye in, look for big leaks, and if I don't find any, just tell him, just keep filling the stupid thing up. Because as it's running, you can hear the compressor rattling a little. At some point, the compressor itself's going to go out. That's a lot of money on one of these. Now, if you don't have to have AC, you don't care. But here in Houston, that's important. Hence, they have extremely low resale value into this hole. Now, as we look inside, hey, the interior is still in excellent shape. That's how they sell these things. They're comfortable. They handle great. They got a nice Nissan engine and a good suspension system. As we check the back, a lot of room in the back seat and a decent trunk. There's some good room in here for stuff. Notice the jumper cables. And as I said, V6 engine, it's very reliable. This one puts out 255 horsepower. Not insane horsepower, but back in 2007, it was still a decent amount, and it's a very zippy car. The problem is, this age, these things just tend to fall apart. They look great, but it's all a facade. The owner says he's got a clunk on the left front. Let's jack it up, see what's going on there. Find a good jack point. There's one. And up we go. So first we'll look inside. We can see it's wet in here. So the strut's starting to wear. And I can see and feel a ridge, kind of a scalloped ridge. A worn strut can do that, as can worn front end parts. And when I wiggle this back and forth, I can feel there's some play in the power steering rack. So that means the very expensive power steering rack is worn. Eventually that'll need replacing. Again, a brand new one, that'll be more than the car's actually worth. Although that is something you can live with. It's not too bad yet. It's not going clunka. I've had customers driving years that way. They were just buying new front tires. Maybe every 15,000 miles because they wear out too fast. And as long as they didn't clunk when you pulled on it, you hit a big bump, you hear a clunk up there, they would just live with that. Do not expect perfection if you buy one of these things used with this kind of mileage on it. So let's put it down, take it for a spin. Now, as we can see in the door here, this is a Nissan. It's a Japanese car, but if you notice here, it says manufactured by Nissan Motor Company. This one was actually put together in Tennessee. So let's start it up. It starts right up. Most Japanese cars will. Now, you do have to say it's a pretty quiet car, but if you listen, you can hear the power steering groaning, because that's a little worn. But it still works. And let's see how this thing with 152,000 miles accelerates. On your mark, get set, go! It's still got some decent acceleration. They are made for speed. That's how they sell these things in the first place. They're fast, they're fun to drive, but as they age like this one, they become endless money pits if you want perfection. But do not buy one of these things and pay hardly any money for it and expect you're going to be able to drive at 20,000 miles a year as a luxury sports sedan, because it'll bite you in the rear end and cost you a small fortune to keep it in tip-top shape. It's a 2014 Kia Optima Hybrid. The original list price was like $32,400 for this particular model. He bought it used, and he paid $17,000 out the door. They wanted more. It sat on a lot a long time. They don't sell like hotcakes, to say the least. And he offered him $17,000. He said no, and then they called him back. If you come right now, we'll sell it to you out the door for $17,000. Paid almost half of what the new one was with that small amount of mileage. He hasn't put any money into it yet, but since this fall, the coolant's been leaking a little, and his wife was driving it the other day down the road and it just died. And it turns out it was the main fuse for the hybrid system. Things do wear out, but I'm always leery myself. When a main fuse blows, it's a big amp fuse. It takes a lot to blow one of those fuses. We'll put our scan tool on, do a little analysis. Now, originally it was 125 amp, and a dealer looked up a bunch of stuff. They replaced it with a 150 amp. I don't know about that. The engineers put fuses for a certain rating for a reason, and all of a sudden they start throwing higher ones in. I'm assuming they're finding that the hybrid battery's taking a little more power than it should as it aged, so they're bumping the fuse up so it doesn't keep popping the fuse. Let's hook up the scan tool, see what it says. Now, I do have to say that Kia does have a 100,000-mile warranty on a hybrid system, and he had the stuff fixture free. They didn't charge you anything. So he's thinking about, he gets to 100,000 miles, get rid of the thing. Because this other car's a Toyota Corolla that's never broken down, and it's a 2003. It's a lot older than this thing is, and it's never broken at all. And see, there's no global codes. Everything's green. So let's start it up, even though it's not going to do anything because it's a hybrid and it's just sitting there. We'll put the AC on. How hot as can be. You hear the engine's coming on now. The AC can run a little while with the engine turned off, but not that long when it turns the engine back on. But I'm really disappointed because nothing like my Toyota or Lexus is blow big stream. I'm not getting enough air on me as far as I'm concerned. Let's go to System, OEM Enhanced, 14 Kia Optima Hybrid. Yes, here we go. Now there's no enhanced data either. Gonna check everything. And that's an awful lot in one of these hybrids. You can't mess around with these things unless you have a high level scanner. This is the lowest level scanner that I would ever use on one of these. If things really got hairy, I'd get out my $5,000 scanner. This thing is rated at 35 miles a gallon highway and 37 in the city because it has regenerative brakes. It's only getting 32, so it's getting kind of low gas mileage. And it's not that high mileage. It's only 74,593. But now there's the scanner. It's done all the modules. Let's look through the modules. The seat belts, we don't really care about that. That stuff's all a bunch of nonsense anyway. The electric parking brake has codes. So does the smart junction box. We'll check the smart junction box and see what that says. Turn signal, right hand, rear, open circuit. Well, it's working perfectly fine, so who cares about that? And it also says turn signal left, rear circuit open. That works too, so we can ignore that. Now you can see something squirrely because the calculated load value is 52%. And the car's just idling. We're not even moving. See, the equivalence ratio is going 1.532, 1.487, 1.47. It's kind of moving around. As you can see now, it's going all over the place. Now it's 1, now it's 0.984. It's really moving around. A car that's just idling should not go all over the place like that. That's probably one of the reasons. It's getting pretty bad gas mileage for a car. I mean, I've seen these things get 38, 39. This is only getting 32. As you can see now, it's all the way to 1.484. It's all over the place. Now that's the Bank One sensor one. I would advise changing it. There are actually a zillion things can affect it, make it do weird things. But with it vacillating like crazy like that, I would have that sensor changed. And since that's part of the anti-pollution system, Kia should cover it under the 100,000-mile warranty. So really, as an educated guess, I'd say change Bank One sensor one, the air-fuel ratio sensor. It could be bad, maybe the wiring's bad, something's amiss there. Voltage is good in the control module. So far I haven't seen anything weird other than that sensor data. The engine has run 16 hours, 19 minutes since a trouble code was cleared. So this did have a trouble code at some point in time. So what he basically learned is it doesn't trip any codes now, but it did 16 hours ago of runtime. It had a trouble code on it. Now the only tells me he wish you would have seen my videos before he bought this because his old Corollas never stranded them. And this thing now is stranded once, and it's got the oddest thing. It loses coolant, but nobody can find where it's going. Took off, it was on full, now it's down a little bit. Now in 1 month, he only has to add add that little bit from the F to the L. It's not that much coolant, but it's going somewhere. And it shouldn't in a vehicle this new. Now, I can't see any leaks anywhere, so I'm going to tell them to put some ultraviolet leak dye to the cooling system, and then run it for a few weeks, and as he adds coolant, when it's cold, look with the UV light and yellow sunglasses. Pray it's not a head gasket or something going. You never know. And I'm also going to tell them change the radiator cap. Could be as dumb as just seeping a little gas, and it'll lose a little coolant over time. Now, overall, they're pretty basic engines, though. They got normal fuel injection on the intake. It's not DEI. It's not an extremely complicated car except for the hybrid system. Now, you can see it's a relatively noisy engine, but with this kind of mileage, most all Kia sound like this. The quality control in our factory isn't that great. They've had to rebuild a lot of engines with timing chains, valves, piston rings. They're not the most solid engines in the world. But I do have to say, this is probably a better one because this one was made in Korea. The ones that are made in the United States, they had a problem with some of the machinery building them. That's why the engines blew up. He was saying his friend had a 1-year newer Kia with a turbo. They had to replace the guy's entire engine because it went out on him. If you are going to get a Kia, get a Korean one like this. Look at the door. It says made in Korea. It's a much better bet than buying one made over here, from my experience. Take it for a road test. Now, it's pretty quiet. I got the AC on, but you can barely hear anything. And the engine is running now. Gotta say, it is very smooth. Not a fan of the transmission. It's kind of wiggly-woggly. Now, this does have a 6-speed automatic transmission. It's not a CVT, but it's kind of wonky, if you ask me. I'm not impressed by either the acceleration or the indirectness of acceleration. You get kind of a nothing happens, and then it starts moving and makes an awful lot of noise. And take into consideration that even though it was getting like 32 miles a gallon, that was all done in eco mode, the best gas mileage mode of them all, not the power mode. I got it in power mode now, and it doesn't seem to have all that much power. Now, it doesn't handle all that bad. A little bit of oversteer, but nothing outrageous. But let's see what this thing can do. Theoretically, it has 199 horsepower with the gas motor and the electric motor. So, here we go. Well, it's not throwing me back in my seat. And like I say, the tranny's a little wonky. For 200 horsepower, man, it doesn't feel like 200 horsepower. It's weak on acceleration. And I'm telling you, as hot as it is today, I wish these blowers blew about 3 times more volume air. I gotta stick my head way up here to get any cool air on me. They just do not blow that well. Now, you guys in Korea, where you made this car, maybe it doesn't get that hot in Korea. I know it snows a lot in the winter, but man, it gets hot here in Tennessee, just like in Texas. And you need to upgrade your blower motors to get a little more oomph coming out when it's hot outside. And I do have to say, this manual shift option is absolute garbage. It hardly does anything at all. I mean, you're going down the road, you're trying to shift it, can't even feel it do much. You downshift, there's a big lag before it kicks in. I am not impressed by this transmission. So in the case of this particular Kia Optima, you get a hybrid. You're supposed to have more acceleration with the electric motor and better gas mileage. This thing has neither. It doesn't have acceleration or gas mileage. Some of that could very well be built because the main oxygen sensor, the air-fuel ratio sensor, the one on the top of the engine, could be bad. It was giving squirrely data. And if it gives squirrely data, the car's not going to run right. Because as it runs now, this is not an impressive vehicle, to say the least. I've been in ones that ran a lot better than this. But all in all, considering this car was close to $34,000 when it was new, boy, I can think of a lot of better things to do with $34,000. So buy one of these things. No wonder it sat on the lot for months before the guy bought it. If I would have road tested this car, I would have told people don't buy it. There's something wrong with it. It doesn't go fast enough. Doesn't get good enough gas mileage. Because really, when you step on the gas, yeah, it makes noise, but it really doesn't take off all that fast. And you got a real lag. It just doesn't feel responsive. And considering that the thing stranded on a highway and blew a main fuse, and what they did was put a bigger fuse in it, went from like 135 amp to 150 amp fuse, to me, boy, I'd be sure to get rid of this thing before the 100,000 mile hybrid warranty was up for sure. You should know about Subaru before you buy one. Scotty's not a big fan of Subaru, but I've got customers with them, and some of them are happy. So I'm going to show you what to look for if you're planning on buying a Subaru. As an example, this 4-year-old Outback, it's loaded, it's 4-door, fancy, high gas mileage setup on it, a partial zero emissions vehicle with symmetrical all-wheel drive. Now my customer owns this, had always bought Toyotas. Oh, he did a little research. He said, I hope you'll work on Subaru, Scotty, because I'm going to be getting the Subaru. In his case, it actually actually makes sense. This thing is like $27,500 when it was new 4 years ago. If you were going to get the Toyota equivalent with all-wheel drive and everything, it was about $45,000. So yes, I can understand why he bought the Subaru. We're almost talking $20,000 less than an equivalent Toyota. Take a look. A 4-year-old vehicle, what's it got on it? 16,000 miles. So he's averaging like 4,000 miles a year. At that rate, maybe this thing will even outlast him. They generally don't have problems until they get to be higher mileage. Now as for the overall Subaru vehicles, generally they're not race cars. This is a relatively heavy vehicle. It's got a 4-cylinder boxer engine. It has been souped up. It puts out 175 horsepower, so it's fine for cruising around in. I personally advise people with these Subarus to stay away from the V6 engine that puts out like 275 horsepower. They just have more problems as they age. That is basically a 6-cylinder boxer engine like a Porsche, and they have historical problems of head gaskets blowing, and the horsepower they put out a lot of times burns out the transmissions because they're relatively weak transmissions in these Subarus. But as with all Subarus except for their BRZ, it's got that fancy all-wheel drive system. If you really have to have a good all-wheel drive system, the Subarus make a good one. That's one of their big sales points. You live where it snows a lot, going mountains, going mud. That's where they get a lot of their sales from. Buffalo, where it snows a lot, Toronto. A lot of people like Subarus. For me, I live in downtown Houston, and the last time I checked, the nearest Subaru dealer is like 18 miles away. That shows you there aren't that many of them. Now, they did try a few decades back here in Houston. There were a lot more Subaru dealers, but a lot of them just went out of business. They aren't that popular here. But their intelligent all-wheel drive system, it does work good in the snow. I've rented them when I went to Lake Tahoe in the winter, and I've had them in the Rocky Mountains in the winter and in heavy rain, and they do handle quite well. You get a lot of safety if you got an all-wheel drive system.
Hand washing wastes water, a lot of water. Save 100 gallons a week with your dishwasher from Cascade Platinum.
All 4 wheels driving, you're going to stick to the road better. Now, some of the older 4-cylinder boxer engines had valve spring problems. They had to rebuild the whole engines, and they botched up a bunch of them, too, doing the repairs. This is a newer one. So far, it hasn't had any of those problems. I think they fixed that. But if you're thinking about buying a used Subaru, check out the history of that year's model. And if it's one that had the recall for the valve springs, stay away and don't even think about buying it. Whether it was repaired or not, I wouldn't touch those. Now, one of the biggest problems that I find with Subarus is it's kind of a niche car maker. Man, their parts, replacement parts, can be super expensive, and often you can only get them at the Subaru dealer. As an example, whenever I do need parts, which isn't often, 24-year-old Celica, they're pretty readily available. There's a big aftermarket, so I can get decent aftermarket parts at a good price. But Subarus, heck, I can get one that's 5-6 years old, find out all that part's only available at the dealer, and it's going to be $350, where an equivalent part for my Toyota might be $80. Realize, although the price of the Subarus is much lower than the Toyotas when they're brand new, the parts are the other way around. The parts cost a lot more. And let's face it, with these boxer design engines, I mean, we're talking about dinosaur technology. It's still kind of a specialist thing fixing them. And it's often hard to find a good mechanic who knows how to work on a Subaru. So take that in consideration if you're the type of guy who's going to buy a car and drive it into the ground and going to have some repairs over time. If people can't fix them reliably and at a decent cost, you might think twice. But if you're like my customer and don't use them much, that might be an okay buy for you. Check out this. There's remnants of snails and acorns. Obviously, a squirrel has been living under here because he parks it a lot. I'll have to warn him about that. And if you really want to have an all-wheel drive vehicle that has a very good all-wheel drive system, Subaru's been perfecting that stuff for ages, it might not be a bad thing getting yourself a Subaru. This thing costs almost 20 grand less than an equivalent Toyota Highlander. That's a lot of money differential. And as far as I'm concerned, that's got to be one of the big reasons that Subaru sells a reasonable amount of their vehicles in the United States. Last year they sold over 600,000 vehicles. So if you're looking for something, got a nice all-wheel drive system, isn't a race car by any stretch of the imagination, but you want transportation that's going to be reliable and not get you stuck in the snow or the mud or the ice, maybe a Subaru's for you. Acura ILX. In this case, it's a 2016. And as you can see, it's black. I'm black because the owner uses this as an Uber Black driver. My customer bought it because he wanted to make the extra money doing Uber Black while he's going to college, but he didn't want to buy the most expensive one, so he got one that was the best price that qualified for Uber Black. Now, of course, the main thing about Acuras is they're fancy Hondas. The engines are great. This particular one is a 4-cylinder, puts out 201 horsepower, and it's mated to an 8-speed DCT transmission. And in my opinion, this automatic transmission is one of the best that Honda, well, you can call them Acura, it's the same company, has ever come up with. It has paddle shifters that actually work quite well because this 8-speed dual clutch transmission was really a game changer for Honda and Acura. It uses a conventional torque converter, and when it's set up with the dual clutch setup that it has, it engages one clutch at a time, so it can pre-select the next gear. It makes transitions from one gear to another pretty seamless. Some of these dual clutch transmissions, they don't shift all that great, especially at lower speeds, but this Acura one, pretty well bulletproof too. I've yet to have one breakdown on any of my customers' cars. But here's a warning. If you're going to buy one of these, or any Honda product really, I'm servicing the transmission on this. It uses a very special fluid, the Acura ATF Type 2.0. And yeah, it costs like $12 a quart presently. But you don't want to go out and buy $6 fluid. Buy the $12 a quart fluid when you change the fluid out on these things. Now, as you can see, got a reasonable trunk to it. Goes back. Even the back seats are comfy, but it's the driving experience that really makes this car. This car is a dream to drive. Got plenty of acceleration with the 200 horsepower pulling a small car, and it handles quite precisely. Now, if you judge it by size, you can realize that it evolved out of the Honda Civic, but it was compact. You were thinking about getting the by far, the racing ones. Those things now start at like $37,000 and are hard to find. These Acura ILSs start at $26,000 and you get a lot of the fun. Sure, you don't have as much horsepower, but they're still very quick vehicles. And Acura's got a better image than Honda when it comes to luxury cars. Really, it's all Honda. Anyways, they make Hondas and Acuras. They share so much technology that this thing, for its price, it's actually quite a bargain. My customer gets 36 miles a gallon on this thing on the highway with a little bitty 4-cylinder engine, made it up to that 8-speed dual clutch transmission. And he gets about 25 in town. Nice luxury car. We have a history of ability with minimum repairs required. And set up all black like this one, they really have a nice conservative interior with uber comfortable seats and paddle shifters that actually work. They don't have all that lag that some of the European ones do, and certainly not all the lag that a lot of the American dual clutch transmissions have that feel like they're slipping and sliding. They're not precise at all. And if you want to be just conservative, hey, just put it in drive, and it'll do all the work for you. You just gotta twirl the wheel around. It'll do all the shifting. It's plenty quick enough just putting it in automatic. And of course, all you
I'm out of here.